What's good and welcome back once again to some more BioShock. It's been going real good. Things have been kind of speeding up. Now I'm working my way through it real nice and easy. And slow, I should say, not easy. Things is getting more hectic. I have gotten a few more pyro, but I'm not worried about that. Well, I'm not gonna talk as much. Let's just jump in and start up. I didn't notice that. When you move it, at the front, when you move it, it sounds like like a piano. The farmer market has been crazy though. It has been crazy. Alright. Alright, hello.
Rapture was my second.
Let's try this. Oh shit, I fucked up bad. Well, erroneous. Did I put in work run as a fret?
Huh?
Easy. Touch placer. How we did it?
Rumor is the tool of the parasite. Fontaine is dead. Rapture lives.
You shall know I am the Lord!
I guess for them we name the complete already. When I really am not no more on upgrade. For Adam's Mill.
We were wrong!
Hey, Mary, everything okay?
Did you hear that Andrew Ryan took control of Fontaine Futuristic? I'm hopping.
Slow down there, little lady.
Sorry, Jim, but I'm real upset. We came to Rapture to get away from government muscling in on private business people.
Sure thing, Mary, but Andrew Ryan just He'll just assume speed.
Backside, man.
Well, that's a weight off my shoulders.
Remember, Mary, doubting the council only emboldens the bandits.
Get your shit together. $15 ear. Aquí. Now, where's the rest?
Tells me so. Little ones too. His light shineth even down here in the murk.
In the theater, a woman gets used to it.
The children must remain functional to be effective producers of atom. I had hoped we placed them into vegetative state so they would be more pliable. I find being around them very uncomfortable. Even with those things implanted in their bellies, they are still children. They play and sing. Sometimes they look at me. They don't stop. Sometimes they smile.
Welcome to the circus of value.
Why have you forsaken me?
Around here.
I wore it for you, Father. It's what you like. We thought we could hide from the light down here.
Not catch me. Oh.
Shall be the fruit of thy basket. Are you trying to make this difficult for me? Is this good enough for— Fine! I'll chase you then! Come here, you!
I believe a flamethrower that. Damn.
It hurts just to breathe.
Yoppa. Run him.
Do you have all the components for the Lazarus Vector yet? If you do, best head to a crafting station. Then, head back to Langford's lab and put the whole witch's brew in the mister. That should clear this fog right up.
Alright, may have that what we need. So what is now? And I thought then.
From the sounds of that you invent, I'm guessing you're the proud papa of a brand new Lazarus Vector. Now drop the Vector into a gadget called Central Missing Control. Then we'll be cooking with gas.
Is this what you want?
Is that what you want? I thought it so. Probably not. Upgrade shotgun. What shotgun have let's upgrade? I want one up there. Come up. There we go. Oh, here it is. This. What a while ago. Why eat me a while ago? I probably want an electrical socket something. That's why I guess I want to replace them down here, so.
I smell something nasty. What's that? Stop! Come here and say that to my... There's fire! There's fire! There's fire! Ugh.
Alright. What she have though? Nothing. Majority of women need are basically when we need to do I go back up top. We need to do I go back up top. Vodka. Oh yes, they lead back. One circus now, Falia. I know my shoot after. I want them really. Oh, see? What am I get? You combat the tonic, photographic eye. Sunny discharge. Oh shit, you might have ambushed me. Okay, I know the quarters, yeah. I don't know that quarters are back foot.
My life! Fuck!
Where the one fair come around there? I believe I invest on this. I think that's the invent. I'll take care of them in a minute. Wrong side. I just by accident, you know. I just by accident and I should me get it a discharge a while ago.
Where are you? Where are you? I heard that. Ah! Ah!
What the hell?
Just shut up! It's Monty!
God damn it, man. See there. Play
Nailing
film.
the perfect marriage of story to gameplay is a science that many developers still struggle with today. BioShock has left an indelible mark on
Like,
gaming
what's the one
narrative that can
tonight?
be seen and felt in many modern releases, but Irrational's motto remained from the beginning: don't start with the story, start with the gameplay.
Imagine BioShock creativity process.
A lot of fans probably wonder about the process you go through in writing the story and the design for a game like BioShock. You've talked about how it evolved over time and what eventually shifts is very different than your initial vision. Do you guys write like a script or a design document for the game and that becomes sort of the Bible that everyone drives towards, or do you iterate much more?
It's different for every game. Like System Shock 2, I went back to it recently. I wrote a design document, and like we started that project in September, and the design document I saw was dated like October or something. So like in a month, like I wrote the design document, and it didn't change. A lot of it, got expanded upon, but the basic design really didn't change on that. Or on BioShock, I think it evolved in real time much more. Like we had a pretty substantial design shift, like a year before the ship date.
For BioShock?
BioShock, yeah. It got to be much more about the experience of being in Rapture than about being in your character sheet. And so the game evolved more towards that experiential kind of thing and making sure every idea was expressed in the world as well as just on your character sheet. So before you'd have a lot of things like, oh, I'm doing fire damage or electrical damage. But that was sort of a number flying off a head versus, the whole notion of like, there's barrels and you light them on fire and then you can pick them up and throw them.
But you'd have stats coming off characters and all that stuff?
Much more so.
Oh, really?
And that involved, sort of, we did a design shift, but I don't know how well that got documented. I think we were moving so fast that we were just sort of changing things, laying down the tracks as we went right ahead of us. And the same with the screenplay, the screenplay there is no screenplay. It's a bunch of, probably Excel files and fragments of Word documents that I'd write and I'd go to recording sessions and I'd rewrite on the fly once I hear the actor perform, because once the actor takes on it, you listen to their voice and you say, what you wrote doesn't really matter. Like, what is the right thing for this actor playing this role to be saying? So I tend to do a lot of rewriting in the session, and then you have a bug late at night where somebody says, "Oh, this doesn't make any sense," and you're like, "Oh God," and you have to write a dialogue and try to get the actor back in, or you figure out what's the best way to get this idea across. And is it an audio log? Is it a poster on the wall? Is it a piece of text that pops up on the screen? That's always depending on how much time you have and what actor availability is. So, the plans sort of fall apart. I think we've worked on that a bunch since on the new project we're working on, where we are trying to document things a lot better and keep things a lot more logical. But the train was running so fast on BioShock that we just sort of.
Early on, we got the
was
Andrew
a time
Ryan
crunch,
scene, like we'd said before, and that was kind of like the keystone. Like, we're going to put a lot of work into this, so this can't change. Everything that happens before or after that don't really involve a lot of departments working together to make a scene, those things are very malleable. And if you need to change audio logs to represent a story, if you need to add lines or take away lines, that's very doable. And I think for a while we even had text to speech.
We even did that I remember for Infinite with Booker and Elizabeth and all their dialogue, and that really didn't work very well, because you'd have these dramatic scenes and it'd be like, "Elizabeth, we need to go to Comstock," and it just almost had no value as far as I was concerned.
Open up.
Breaking out on ahead. Says you're looking for an invite to the fisheries. Nuts, I say. But if your heads up to the Wharf Master's office and find old Peach on research camera, maybe I could manage an invite.
Ken has so much of, these games in his head, and you're sort of, you can keep it all straight, or try to, with all the different things and changes. But from the team perspective, Sean, because this is evolving and Ken's thinking in his head about how this all ties together, how does the team sort of keep up with, what the whole game's going to look like?
There's a lot of specifics that can change. For instance, Atlas used to have a southern drawl.
Right.
And then, we recast to the Irish.
And we actually cast an actor, wrote the lines, did the whole thing, and realized that people hated that character and they trusted him from the first start. So had to rewrite him, recast him, redo everything.
Yeah. From a team perspective, you kind of get a sense on which things are going to be really volatile. Little Sisters, we knew we had splicers, we knew what the arc of the story was about Jack coming into Rapture, and the specifics of this radiolog versus that radiolog didn't really affect anyone outside.
This is over right now, the farm.
At that time, because we could still build the environment. We still knew what the environment was. We still knew what the animations were.
Well, over there, if I be with a snap.
Working in the same space for a while, that this scene, I'm not touching this yet because I know that it's going to get changed a lot. I think these
then we can put on your audio
down,
log them and play them back later on, like a day.
I won't leave you twisting in the wind. We're gonna need to draw out of hiding, but you're gonna have to trust me.
The audio logs were, a great part of the game, and something that if you're a true fan, people really go in, listen to those, and piece that all together. But I imagine there's a lot of work that goes into deciding, this is better for an audio log versus game dialogue, and there's the act of sort of cutting back and sort of saying, we need to be clear about what the narrative is for the game. What was that process like? The audio logs, were there things you added at the end, or were those, ideas that you had for the game, but then said, hey, maybe we'd demote these a little bit and make them audio logs?
As Sean was saying, there's sort of a hierarchy of expense that you have to face, and so any ideas you have to get across, especially as you start playing the game, you realize, well, this doesn't make sense, that doesn't make sense. You have to figure out how you can introduce that idea. And generally, as the train is moving, you try to think of cheaper and cheaper ways to get those ideas across. It's less important, it goes to an audio log. If it's less important, it goes to a poster on the wall.
Well, there's also characters that you can bring in that have audio logs that aren't. Atlas, Tenenbaum, those are your big ones. you can bring in somebody to do a short, a few different audio logs. It's a character that some players may not even find, but it adds a little bit of depth to Rapture.
And it also, like, usually each character generally is about a certain idea, and we don't just sort of come up with characters like we have an idea problem that we need to solve, and so let's introduce a character who's this guy, and he will be the guy who sort of shepherds you through that idea.
Julie, my dear, I am trying to run a business here. You want to spend
I
time
remember
with my
that one here.
honeybees? Well, I'm gonna have to start charging you for the pleasure. If I come out one more time and find you lolling out there amongst my hives, I'm grabbing my shotgun. As to your question, yes, my days in beekeeping school are a blur. But I do seem to remember something about that enzyme you keep blabbing on about.
So as you're going through the game and, writing things, rewriting things,
remember
were there things with the
it being
original
so long.
BioShock that you've always been surprised that more people didn't pick up on, or was there something that, a connection to a character you thought was really going to resonate with people, which, didn't? Anything like that?
No, it's the opposite. I was amazed, I don't know how you felt, but I was amazed how many people connected to the Would You Kindly stuff. Like, because I think it was when I wrote that speech, I don't think anybody on the team was like, oh my God, this is like really this or that. And I don't think I really had any sense that people were going to connect to it. I think we ended up sort of over time finding more ways to support the notion throughout the game.
Yep.
And I don't think I really, until I heard Pat put together the revelation moment, where it's like, where you had all the bits that Atlas had said to you in the past building up, and then there was a visual that went along with that. That's when I realized it was going to be a really powerful moment. But even so, I still did I think people were really going to connect to it or really even understand it? Because it's pretty out there. And that it was meta commentary too. I think that completely, I think I thought like, oh, it's kind of meta, cool. But people connected to it in a much bigger way.
Yeah, the choice and everything, and also just being able to kind of roll back and think of all those other moments throughout the game. And it's a great revelation like that that's been far between in games where you sort of then you want to play it again because oh wow, really, that does all make sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think as a team, we were definitely proud of what we had done. But up till that point, SWAT 4 was the biggest game that we worked on, and we had no expectation that anybody would pick this up. Or even like BioShock cosplay. I remember the first cosplay I saw with the guy in the Big Daddy suit, and his little daughter was in the kitchen cabinet. I think that was the first one I saw. I was like, what? Whoa, people know this stuff? That's insane.
Yeah, people were building these outfits, and that only expanded with Infinite. I mean, that sort of went crazy with Infinite. People were cosplaying Elizabeth and Luteces and Booker. It meant a lot to people, and I don't think that's something we ever saw coming, and we're deeply deeply grateful for it, because it's one thing to make
But
a
I
game.
think they're going to do no more director cut. They're going to save them, but I think they're going to do them. If we have the time,
themed around it, and their tattoos, and naming their children after characters. You can't plan for that, and I think the only way that could happen is if you just make something that's something that you're deeply in love with.
Cultural,
and passionate about.
yes.
I can say we were. It was something there was a lot of passion on the team about. But we didn't know people.
You can see it reflecting in that game as well.
Would you guide me? Would you guide me?
Alright, let's do this. Alright, that's why I'm not doing no more, because I notice spoilers in it. Me see them, I notice them, but I'm not doing no more.
I heard that.
Help me, Madonna. Help me find this.
You know enough for shot me too, right? Like they forget to the enough for shot me too. Me can't craft it. Alright, let's go back up top.
What is the greatest lie ever created? What is the most vicious obscenity ever perpetrated on mankind? Slavery, the Holocaust, dictatorship. No. Which all that wickedness is built.
And what is that?
Out.
What a while ago. What the hell that a while ago?
Woe be unto you!
Yeah, me get something. New research level reach. Well, with him, it's not a case of him being tough. It's a case of me just messing around. Sick him. Good. Good, good, good.
What? I'll kill you first! I'll give you...
Take care of that for me. That is what you're here for. Take care of it. Go, move now. Did you take care of it? Okay. No, may I go?
Hey, Mary, going to the big game.
We'll go back over top and stop it.
No way, Jim. It's not safe. Haven't you heard? Access banned from
Welcome to the circus of value.
Alright, cool. We'll go back. Where are we at? Oh, here we go. Alright, that's why I stop it, you know. Right here, may I stop it for the time being, so let me stop it right here. So this is where I stop it. I get all the things that I need to come back to the farmers market to reschedule what I need. So stopping it here is going to be the perfect place. But until next time, this is where, as I say, I stop it. So till then, do stay safe. I'm out.